Right then, we're back again, aren't we? And we are back again, feeling like we are in the same kind of situation. Let's get into what happened then with United's 2-0 defeat to Wolves. First and foremost, we've got to talk about Bruno's indiscipline. I don't think it would be too giddy to say his indiscipline is becoming a liability. Third red card of the season highlights a worrying trend. Reckless challenge on Semedo, despite already being on a yellow, left the team with 10 men for basically the entire second half. And as a captain, with your leadership under scrutiny, with a lot of fans questioning your temperament, your fit in the team, your inclusion or your lack of rotation, actually, considering everybody else has had a little bit of a spell on rotation, you got to do better. And that was a big turning point in the game. I felt like United was not going to win the game we weren't great prior to that, but I felt like we was not going to win the game from that moment. This season, Bruno's been more of a symbol of frustration, I think, than inspiration. And, even though yesterday he did get 3 key passes, that is his job. He also just was awful in his duels. And I don't know if United can afford a captain that becomes such a recurring liability. I mentioned on the live last night, you almost forgive. Nemanja Vidic had 3 red cards in a season once, but Nemanja Vidic played so hard and so on the edge, and his weapon, if you like, was mothering people. He defended so aggressively. You forgive how aggressively he defends when he occasionally crosses the line. Bruno gets the same treatment. Bruno gives the ball away a lot, but you manage that and account for that and accept that when he creates the amount of chances that he creates. You go, okay, no, we will forgive you the losses of possession when you keep creating, because you have to take a risk to make a risk, right? So you have to, take a chance to make a chance. You have to do that sort of stuff. But when it's comes down to his tackling, you're not great in duels. Your tackling is not great. Getting sent off 3 times in a season, especially when it's like late and a little bit snide the way you've done it sometimes, that's not good. That's not good. We've got to be better than that. We absolutely have to be better than that, for sure. The holidays are here, and let's face it, everything we do this season is going to be online. From finding the perfect gifts to streaming the classic Christmas movies, being online is part of the magic. But don't forget about protecting your data and privacy while you're doing it. And that's why Surfshark's VPN is the ultimate stocking stuffer for yourself this year. And here's the holiday surprise. Right now, you can get 4 extra months free of Surfshark. Just go to surfshark.com/Howson to grab this exclusive Christmas deal. And don't wait, this festive offer is not going to last long. Surfshark hides your IP address and encrypts your connection, giving you peace of mind while you browse, stream, or shop. If you want to watch holiday content from another country, Surfshark's got you covered. You can change your virtual location with just a click, unlocking access to content from around the world. One account works across all your devices, so whether you're wrapping Christmas presents with a laptop by your side, checking the holiday deals on your phone, you're always protected. Plus, Surfshark's clean web feature keeps ads and trackers out of your way, making browsing smooth and safe. Make this season stress-free and secure by heading to surfshark.com/Howson to take advantage of this festive deal. 4 extra months of Surfshark for free and their 30-day money-back guarantee. So thanks to Surfshark for sponsoring today's video. Start your holiday browsing securely today with the link in the description. Number 2, set plays. Sound. Do you know what? I got to apologise to Onana. It wasn't Onana getting done at the corner against Spurs. It was Bayern. I did forget that. I'm just thinking we've been done at a corner again, even if we've been impeded. But yeah, we've conceded directly from a corner again. A 1 in 10,000 shot happens twice in a week. Highlighting United's just complete glaring vulnerability in set pieces and set piece situation. Cunha's goal highlighted just the complete lack of organisation, lack of communication between Onana and the defence, lack of protection for Onana, and we've now conceded 10 set play goals this season. Absolutely shocking statistic that highlights that there's clearly systematic issues with how we're setting up at set plays. Wolves even admitted post-match that they'd looked at our set plays and decided that that was a deliberate strategy to try and attack us on that. Amorim's going to have to address this very, 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 very quickly because it's becoming predictable and a very costly weakness. And when the tables are even, when the ability of two teams coming up against each other is equal, set plays will be the difference and we will lose because we don't score for them and we don't defend them very well. So we will lose. Number 3. Again, broken record time here. We didn't really learn this week, but United's attack is not good enough. United are 15th in the table for goals scored. I'm sorry, but that old adage of goals win games, defence wins championships. Yeah, and when you've got neither, you're bottom half of the table. Sound. We're not scoring enough goals. This team doesn't have enough goals in it. You can talk about, maybe it was a foul on Onana. Like, you could have seen it given. I don't think they'd have complained if it was. I don't know if I'd have been able to complain. We've seen United have goals chalked off for less impeding than there was on Onana. However, we had one shot on target. I've seen a couple of different XG. One is 0.23, one is 0.35. Either way, at most, at best, we created a third of a goal scoring opportunity. It's not enough. It's not enough. Ahmad, Anthony, Højlund, Bruno, Molineux failed to create meaningful goal-scoring opportunities. You've got Rashford left out of the squad. He's been out of the squad now for 4 games entirely. Is this a bit of a case of cutting your nose off to spite your face now from the manager? The point has been more than made. He said in the press conference, I've got a challenge for Marcus. Cool. You're probably going to have to play him against Newcastle. Because without Bruno, you are looking at probably playing Anthony or Xerxes or Garnacho. And I'll be honest with you, none of them are head and shoulders above Rashford at the moment, as poor as Rashford's been this season. It's just factually not the case. I know he doesn't have the players that he needs, but and I know that this is something that's been there all season because it was there under Ten Hag. It just highlights the point. Recruitment is absolutely critical for anything. The midfielder are able to link effectively with the forwards, and the forwards don't create enough, which means that you're relying on miracles and flawless at the back, and it's just not feasible. It's feasible to not be completely and utterly dogshit at corners, but it's not feasible for asking them to survive every single... if there's not a clean sheet, you're going to lose because our attack's just not scoring enough goals. It's not on, man. It's not on at all. 4. Ugarte, thank you. Just one player. Amid the disappointment, one player putting in a show, putting in a rare positive performance. His defensive contribution was top. 4 tackles and 7 out of 7 of his duels. 86% pass completion, showing calmness, efficiency, composure with the ball. And even though his attacking contribution is limited, that's not what he's on the pitch to do. He provides energy and actually discipline in midfield. And that performance, which he's had actually, in the last few weeks, he's had that performance consistently. He's showing someone that Amorim can actually rely on and build a bit more of a balanced system around him. Mainoo's not looked like himself alongside him. They've shown flashes, but it has been flashes. He's not putting a consistent 90-minute performance alongside him. I think Amorim reckons it'll be a Mainoo and Ugarte kind of partnership going forward as your first choice. Maybe they need a bit more depth in there. Maybe they need someone who's a little bit different to both of them, just as a different option. But I have to say, Ugarte at the moment, loving him. I think he's a real character. I love his pressing, and hopefully more players like that are signed to make this system work, because he's been brilliant and it suits him down to the ground. And there's a couple of others that it works for as well, but Ugarte, especially after yesterday, I think Ugarte needs a bit of a mention. And finally, is the pressure growing on Amorim? That's a genuine question. 5 losses in your first 10 games. I don't think we've had anyone have it that bad. He did say it's going to get rough. The honeymoon period, has it even started? The team's putting in mad disjointed performances, which I know that's not a criticism. That's just a fact. That's not me like, oh, look how disjointed. No, I understand the requirements of implementing a new system are going to be difficult, especially when you don't have the personnel to carry out those specific tactical requirements. He's got to get a grip or delegate someone. Fucking get Big Sam on the phone. He's Fergie's mate. How are we going to sort these set plays out? Honestly, doing something like that would come in across as genius. Get Big Sam in. Right. This is the quintessential English football manager. Talk to me about set plays. What is going on? Big Sam doesn't get the credit he deserves for being like an analytical sort of forward thinker. And he would have been all over some of the recent innovations in things like playing out and pressing and things like that. He would have known how to take advantage of these kind of things. Having big... Am I sitting here advocating for getting Big Sam in? Yeah, I kind of am, actually. Not to replace him, obviously, as a bit of a consultant on set plays. Help Amorim understand English football a little bit more and what's going on tactically at set plays in the Premier League right now. Because the Premier League, obviously, like the rest of the world, got influenced by Spanish football. Everyone went with your more Juan Mata, David Silva kind of players, small, technical. Bruno, he's kind of one of them. And in recent years, it's started to flip. If you look at Manchester City, Arsenal, Liverpool, their sides are stacked with absolute units. Like, if you look at the average height of those teams, it is throwback to Bolton and Stoke of the early 2000s. It is. And that's why they're becoming so effective on set plays. People have realised things like opposition goal kicks are a big opportunity for you to get a high-value shot off, and so are set plays. Look at the way that... I've spoken about it for a long time. It pisses me off when you defend with all 11 players in your box. I don't think that's conducive to good defending. I think that many players in the box is a problem, actually. I think that it leads to more opportunities for clumsy fouls. It leads to more opportunities for ricochets, and it leads zero opportunities for counter-attacks. You leave 3 players forward, the opposition's going to leave 4 players back. That's 7 players now that are no longer in the box. That's a lot of players. That means your keeper can have a bit more of a run-up at it. That means the opposition have to think about what you're going to do. And their defenders are going to be the ones that are the best headers of the ball generally. They're going to take a couple of their threats out from the set play. Having someone that's a pure specialist, it doesn't have to be Big Sam, it can be anyone, but like Big Sam's the funniest one I could think of. Like, having someone that can come in and actually make a difference and understand what's going on with these set plays would literally have been winning Manchester United points in the last few weeks, because we are losing games on set plays. So, look, leave Amorim to deal with the system and the players' sort of tactical and positional understanding of what they need to do with and without the ball during open play. That's fine. And a lot of set plays learning can be done on the coach on the way to a game. It can be done on an iPad. It can be done in a WhatsApp group. Lads, if you see this, I want you to do this. If you see this, I want you to do this. If you see this, I want you to do this. Line up here. Stand here. Start there. You don't worry about anyone. You mark the goalkeeper. You clear the goalkeeper and make sure no one's standing on his fucking toes. You don't worry about marking anyone. Just go win the ball. Things like that. Organised like that. That doesn't have to be done on a training pitch. In an ideal world, yes, you would get on the training pitch and you would do that. But there's got to be a way to make a 5%, 10%, fucking 200% improvement in how Manchester United defend set plays. And I would start by videos on the coach. Lads, get off fucking Tinder for 5 seconds and have a look at this. Boom. And have a talk about it. Make it fucking better. Because you want to talk about marginal gains. Ain't nothing marginal there. It's just gains. Just gains. Because United can gain so much more by being just less shit at set plays. Anyway, I will do the player ratings. Bruno's getting a free. If you're interested in checking that out, come and have a look in a bit. Otherwise, cheers to everyone who's just joined as a member and the new people that we've got on Patreon as well. I'm going to be dropping a video Might not make it today. I think I'm going out today, but it'll be in the next couple of days over on Patreon if you're interested in a bit more behind the scenes and extra content. Cheers for the support. It really helps. And I'll see you in the next one. Laters. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.